Hello and welcome to the Jersey Shore Musicians Podcast. I'm Matt. That's Jeff. And tonight, we have Tony and Raven from The Scars That Bind.
Yeah. All right, boys.
Hey, guys.
How you doing?
Good.
Hey,
Golf clap.
Give you a golf
Are you
clap.
not going to let us get into it before you start on me here? All right. Thank you.
So how we doing tonight, boys?
Fantastic.
Good.
Fantastic.
Excellent. Thank you for having us.
Yep.
Oh, not a problem. Thanks for coming.
We hope this all goes excellent because this is an excellent idea and we need more of this type of stuff going on.
I'm sure it will.
Absolutely.
But it won't. But it might.
We're going to try.
It's possible.
I'm telling at least 2 people we did this tonight, so
Wow.
Sweet.
That'll make 3 people that know.
That's perfect.
Perfect.
No. If he says 2, there's 4 of us here, so.
Well, outside of this room, of course.
Sorry.
I mean, I was going to tell you guys about it.
Well, then you're beat because we already know. You don't have to tell us.
Next question.
Next question. So tell us a little bit about Scars That Bind, the history of it, where you guys started, how you got here today, new music, stuff like that.
We were Internal Chaos way back in the day
Yep.
when nu metal was cool and the pants were huge. Not his. My pants were huge.
And we had braids and contacts.
Yeah,
and
it was good
all
stuff.
kinds of silly
Fishnets,
silly
it was-
crap.
Nice.
We dressed apart. Very well. But yeah, when that stopped, we kind of just kept the train rolling. We took the core of that band, which was me, him, and our bass player,
Mike.
and Mike, who Ocean Township PD.
Yep.
He's a police officer now. Not so much doing the music thing anymore, but he's out there keeping us all safe.
Yep.
Good job. Thank you.
We all just found a new rhythm section basically and got it going, and I switched over to singer from playing guitar, and then we kind of shifted the music a little bit and went in a different direction, and and then we played for how long? I don't know,
Probably 5-6 years.
something like that.
Yeah, at least.
Several years, a few shows,
Shows.
and then we didn't.
And it's all over.
and then we stopped doing that, and then we didn't do anything really. He was doing Zydrate.
Yeah.
He was in another
Yep.
band for a while. I was in several bands. I did a couple projects, just recording with other bands, with Faith Contingency, who actually I'm getting back into the studio with them soon too, because they're doing the same thing we were doing. They said with COVID and what are we doing besides nothing? So let's get back together and make music, and that's what we did. And Raven's got a studio in his house, the lucky
Nice.
prick, and so we did most of it at his house, and Jim tracked everything from his house, the drums.
I like how you call it a studio. It's like my basement and a computer with Pro Tools, but I'll take it.
Which qualifies as a studio.
You got microphones, right? Yeah,
If
you're there.
Millville
You're there.
qualifies as a venue, then your basement qualifies as a studio.
Okay, fair enough.
There it is, folks. Throwing daggers already.
Oh, I loved it. I loved it there, but it was very, very not big man friendly.
Oh, I can imagine.
I'm not small. No Hill's
Neither
small.
am I.
Small in there.
New music.
Oh yeah.
You working on stuff.
We're working on stuff, music stuff, just so you know. We decided to re-record a lot of the stuff that we had recorded way back when, because we could do it the way we wanted to do it now, as opposed to the way the crappy producer was telling us how to do it. The crappy producer wasn't us.
Yeah.
It was another
Well,
guy.
that's kind of cool, though. You get to go, like, kind of change it to your vision the way you wanted it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And it is way better. At least to us, it's way better now, and that's all that counts.
Was it easier to, like, actually record it that way then? Like, you know, I'm imagining with a producer sitting over your backs being like, do it again. No.
What did we knock
You
it
know.
out in like 2 weeks?
Yeah,
as
like
opposed to almost 3 months at the studio.
That's
with
pretty
these other
interesting.
people. And we did it with 2 band members down.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Most of it went really smoothly. You know, I hope he listens to this because I hope he feels guilty. But Frost doesn't want to be involved. He just doesn't have the time to like rejoin the band and have all this happen. But so I kind of had to learn how to play some of the things that he played, which was like way out of my normal realm, which is fun. But you know, it's been a project to get to that point and to get these recordings to sound as much like our band as our band did then.
Yeah.
You know, so Frost, come back. But come back, please. But yeah, it's been fun, and it's been cool to have our own creative freedom and be able to do things however we see fit. You know, like we've added strings to some of the songs and stuff that we never would have thought to do before. But in this day and age, we don't really have any restrictions. Like we don't.
Why not?
We don't need to do it that way live, and we want to have the best possible version of this music that we can put out there, and there's no reason to limit ourselves in any way.
And also at this point, your guys are much older. You look at things through a different lens at this point
Yeah,
in your life too.
absolutely.
It definitely sounds more refined now than it did then, as much more refined as it could get
Okay.
for whatever it is we were doing. But yeah, it sounds way better.
Nice.
We didn't get beat for 4Gs to do it, so it's nice. It's real nice when that happens.
Yeah.
Now, is this something you guys are going to put on like Spotify, or are you going to release it as?
I know you got some stuff
iTunes?
on iTunes, right?
Yeah, we have our self-titled track, Scars That Bind, and we have Through Your Eyes, both on Spotify and iTunes. Basically all digital platforms. They're all available
Okay.
now.
Yeah, you're going to have to check that out. Everybody go home and download that stuff. Get these guys paid.
It's
I need to get paid.
$149.99 per download.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's a bargain. It really is.
Comes with a free hand job from Tony himself.
Yep.
He'll even shave
It's
his
really not
knuckles if
free.
you want.
You're really paying for the hand job. The music is the extra part.
Except $5 extra, he'll even shave his knuckles. Make it feel real.
I can make that work.
$5, man. $5 is $5.
Yeah.
It is.
Money's money.
It is.
Oh, man.
So you guys were supposed to be playing a show back in November. And obviously COVID
Sucks.
put the kibosh on all that. So why don't you talk a little bit about how that came to be and then how it went and
Is there a rescheduled date or?
Yeah, we're working on getting a rescheduled date for it. The whole plan to start with, we wanted it to be a show that when you walked into the doors, like you were in like 2005. Like it was the Jersey metal scene at that time. We contacted enough bands from that time to make the full show of, like a throwback. But the two that were able to do it were It Could End Tomorrow and Divinity Destroyed. And I didn't know whether we were actually going to get them or not. But Divinity agreed to do it, and they put a lot of effort into it so far. So it's going to happen. It's just a matter of when.
It honestly was just a complete, I don't know, shot in the dark at let's all have a beer at Buffalo Wild Wings and see where this goes. Mm-hmm. And it was an idea, and it snowballed way quicker than we thought it was going to snowball. Well, he thought it was going to snowball because it was his idea. But everybody ended up being really receptive, was really about it, or like, wow, it's a fantastic idea, this, that, the other thing, because we're all, in the same spot. I got 2 kids now. He's got 2 wiener dogs. Mm-hmm. Everybody's older. Life happened to everybody, but everybody wanted to do it again before they couldn't do it anymore, and that's what it's about. Yeah. It's mainly about that.
Well, one last hurrah.
And the giant pants.
The giant, you got to
I'm bringing back the giant pants.
You have to.
I'm ordering my kickwares tonight.
Yeah, as it stands, the venues they just, for the most part, they're not booking anything unless it's like really far out. Like they're booking some shows in maybe like November.
Oh wow,
but,
they're going that far.
I actually just today read an article that Murphy was saying that no dance floors aren't allowed to have anybody on it. Like they're closed. So that, I think that translates to the venues to where, like, I guess if there's seating, like table seating, maybe they could have, it open. But besides that, I think they're like locked out of it because of that wording.
I know.
Unless it's a private
Dingbats.
party.
Dingbats is selling seated shows.
Okay,
you
that makes perfect
get,
sense.
Like a seat on the floor when you sit in a chair.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I would honestly almost rather stay home. That's kind of...
Yeah. That's the hardest part about this. As much as we want to,
I wouldn't be able to sit in a chair at a show.
Yeah.
Just be like,
That's like we were talking about it on the last one with who even knows what's going on with the Brighton?
Yeah.
Is it closing? Is it not closing? Like,
we've gone back and forth on whether we were going to try to do something else, whether it be like an outside thing or whatever. And part of this whole concept was for us to have something that is completely multi-tracked. We have like good video of it. We want to have a bunch of different camera angles, something that we could release for, everyone who came, who cares, and for ourselves, like our future, to like be able to show our kids, our grandkids, and be like, this is what we spent like so many years of our life doing. Like, we wrote this, we spent a lot of time on this, and I feel like we all kind of feel like if it's going to be, everyone's distanced and wearing masks, and like it's like
Well,
it has to be done right.
Snapshot
It's
of
not.
time
It's not going to be what we wanted it to be. So we feel like we got to wait a little bit longer and just do this right.
Yeah, it's probably a better call because you know what? It's like a snapshot of time that nobody wants to remember. You want to sit there and be like, "Hey, check out my show with all these people wearing masks."
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Well, it's like even this past weekend, they did that big show up in Thompson Square Park with Madball, a whole bunch of hardcore bands. It's already been deemed like a super spreader event.
It definitely sucks. But I don't think we're the only ones who've been doing that either, right? Everybody that we've been talking to has been getting back in the studio to do something, because what are you going to do?
Podcast.
You release music or, and that's a question I have. I ask this for everybody is, all right, cool. We're not out of this yet. You've probably been recording or, gotten the ideas to record. Do you put something out now while you can't promote it at a show, or sit on it, wait for everything to open back up again, and then do it the normal way?
I kind of think we went into this all really agreeing that this big show, whether it happens, when it happens, all that was kind of going to be it, and we're just kind of doing the music for anybody who wants to hear it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even honestly think there's a financial plan involved with any of this.
No, there isn't. And it's funny, like, and I think I might have posted on Facebook that this is what the album's going to be called when it's done, but we're going to call it In Memoriam. And besides the fact that that's the name of one of our songs, like, that's exactly what we wanted. Like, this is just the memory of what this band was, and it's just our best recollection and recording of exactly that.
Okay, that's pretty cool. That's a
Cool
good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so your guys' shows from the past. I like to ask, what was your best show that is like ingrained in your head, and what is the worst show that you've ever had, or did your car break down in the worst possible spot, or somebody steal all your gear?
I got mine. So you go. I mean, we could.
I think I know what your worst Scars of Bind show was.
Yeah.
Well, let's start with that. The worst is always the best.
Yeah.
It's Spankfest, right? Are we discussing Spankfest at the Stone Pony? When like 5 bands dropped off and I was really drunk.
Yeah.
Or me and Mike. Actually, I think a lot of us were really drunk except you. Because we were anticipating going on for another 3 hours. We weren't supposed to go on, and the stage man, what was his name? Elmo, right? That dude's name?
Elmo.
Wow, yeah.
And just grabbed me up as I was standing next to the stage and just like, hey, what band are you in? And I was like, Scars of Bind. Why? He's like, you guys are going on next. And we weren't supposed to be going on next. We were supposed to be going on, it was like 7, so we were supposed to be going on, I think like 10:30 we were supposed to be going on. And he's like, where's your stuff? I was like, somebody's got to drive me to go get my car. I can't drive right now. Like, it was bad. But we got there because Severance was there that day. Who else? I don't remember.
Decay probably was.
Yeah, there were so many bands. There were so many bands that we played with, and we were just like, we're all going to get there at noon. As soon as the doors open, we're going to sit out at the back bar, and we're just going to get cranked because all of us weren't playing until like 8, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. And we all ended up playing a lot sooner than we thought we were going to be playing. And it ended up being a really great show, and that was actually some of the best pictures, and I think we caught the sponsorship from the clothing company off of that show.
Oh, yeah, we might have.
So it
really
ended up
wasn't
working
that
out.
bad.
Ended up working out. It was just bad for me. It wasn't the headspace.
It was bad for me.
I wasn't prepared for that because I didn't like to go on stage, shit house. I go on, working a nice buzz. I'm not trying to go on stage that I physically don't remember where my car is at the time. That's.
I remember a show. I don't even remember the venue, but I think it was across from the Pony.
Oh, Deep. That was
Club
Deep.
Deep?
Oh,
Yeah.
Club Deep, yeah. That was a rough show for us. That might have been our last show with Scars of Bind. That might have been it.
Oh my God, we did play there.
Yeah.
We did play there.
Because we were in the midst of recording with Labyrinth.
Oh, and that's where I found out that we were getting shafted for $4,000. See, it all is just
That's why it blacks out. You don't want to $4,000. Fuck that.
It's a vicious cycle.
yeah. It
So
wasn't good.
what made that show bad?
I don't think any of us were feeling it that day.
Yeah,
I just remembered it being we didn't like the venue.
I don't think either person that was there enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I don't think they
all
did.
3 of them left.
Yeah, it wasn't. We were playing. Oh, because my cousin's band, right? Rich was playing. Rich's band was playing that show.
Yeah.
That was Severed Fate. This is who else? I don't even remember who else played that show. But a bunch of bands that were actually supposed to be signing to the same label we were talking to, and not paying to record their stuff that we were paying to record our stuff. Hence the $4,000.
Yeah.
You just love talking
You
about
love that
$4,000.
$4,000.
I still got that shirt. I pee on it regularly.
Oh, shit.
Okay, what about best? What about the best one where you're like, man, that was a fucking great night?
See, I know you don't like the first Pony show, but I did.
Well, we are okay. Well, that was
'Cause
it was a good show.
We played
but
great. I know you were uncomfortable because it was like
I was never the singer. I was always the backup singer
Yeah.
and the guitar player forever. And then I was the singer. And I wasn't really sure about it yet. So you can hear in the recording the first like 2 songs. I sound like I'm just going through puberty all over again. But with a full band behind me.
What makes you feel any better? I've been singing in Useless for like 10 years, and I still don't know what I'm doing.
I think it was more or less I didn't want people staring at me.
But then we played Killswitch and like people lost their shit.
Yeah, that was good. We did that on purpose.
Yeah, we did.
Take the heat off you.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
Give them what they want to hear. Give them what they want to hear.
You guys
Have the
didn't like
song.
these first 2 songs? Here, have some. Yes, have some. Like, have some of this Kill Switch. And then it went well, and then it got to the point where people only asked us to play that song at shows, and it used to piss me off because I'm like, no, we're going to go ahead and play the stuff that we wrote.
Yeah, we're gonna play our music.
We've been working on it all week for you guys. We're ready. You ready?
I think I always liked the shows that we played at the Pony. I think I was always comfortable there. I always loved that place, and that's really the place that we want to do this show. It's where we wanted to in the first place, and it's just that it'd been so long since we had any of our bands had played live that nobody wanted to put their faith in it. And thankfully we booked the show at Brighton and sold it out in an hour.
Yeah.
And
That was the funny part.
So they were like, at that point, they're like, okay, yeah, we need to put you somewhere bigger. Ben from DAA.
Okay.
He even said, he's like, all right, well, I'll talk to Kyle at the Pony. And that's where we had left off. And then the pandemic hit, and pandemic had already happened, but it just continued to get worse. So, we had just been on hold, and we've been there since.
The whole music industry's on hold right
Yeah, I
now.
know.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
Although they're starting to book shows again. They just booked the Deftones for August and at the
I
Pony.
see a lot of festival shows
Oh, the
happening.
outside stuff.
Outside, yeah.
I see a lot of festival shows happening, 2-3 day festival shows happening.
Even all those, like the
Incarceration or whatever
Rocklahoma
that
and the
is.
Rock on the Range, they're all like September, October. They're late
Yeah,
this
they're
year.
doing them late.
They moved Beer Fest outdoor this year, too.
Yeah, it's going to be terrible.
Yeah, I'm not going this year.
Terrible.
Not going.
That's what I want to do.
But Less Than Jake is playing on Saturday
Yeah,
when
but
I go.
it's going to be a Saturday in August,
I
and you got to
wanna be
walk around in the
14
middle of
years
a field
old again.
frying in the sun, wearing a
I
mask
wanna
when
be
you're
14 and
outside.
15 years old again,
Yeah.
and listen to Less Than Jake. Like, I'm still not going. I want to. I'm not going.
I caught them at Starland.
Fantastic.
It was awesome. They were great.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I went through that whole phase.
Yeah.
I went through that whole Millen Collin, No Use for a Name, AFI, Mustard Plug, Catch 22, all that stuff. Went there.
You keep your mustard butt plug to yourself
Hey.
right there, pal.
It's more fun if I share.
All right, so your best show that you guys like is The Pony.
That's mine.
You do remember we played a show in somebody's living room, right?
Oh, yeah. That was Internal Chaos, that wasn't
That was our first band.
Yeah.
But you were still a part of that. Technically, we were supposed to play at a friend's birthday party, and it ended up pouring rain, and we couldn't play outside.
They moved their couches and shit.
The grandma,
It was great.
her grandmother, said, "Have them play inside. Move the couches. Get everything out of here. Get everything, all the furniture out of the living room except for one couch, because that's where the drummer was sitting with his drums set up in front of the couch." And we played with everybody was just literally standing this. I had to open all the windows in the house to not explode the house, and it was a very tight space, and it was probably the most fun I've ever had playing a show because it was.
I know I whipped the shit out of somebody with the
Yeah,
headstock on my
it
guitar.
happens. It happens.
I was just going at
There's
it.
casualties.
I know I've
Casualties.
wailed somebody.
Yeah.
But that's kind of cool. Like you made a bad situation really fucking fun.
Yeah.
Grandma.
Oh, hell yeah.
Grandma. Thank you, Grandma.
That's a pretty fucking cool grandma.
Yeah,
man.
that's-
Hey,
Hell
just
yeah.
throw the couch on the front lawn.
Those orders definitely came down from the top. Like that was.
That's awesome.
Move all the furniture.
Yeah, it
Get
was
them
fun.
inside. We're doing this. Grandma says we're doing this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Not the hand jobs.
All right.
Is there anything about the music business that you fucking hate?
That's a good question.
Pay to play.
Oh yeah.
Pay to play?
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. Yeah, I mean it's funny because I'm actually pretty close friends with the band otherwise. And they stay with us when they tour. And it's not really like that. Like far out of like the Northeast. Like
Oh no, it's definitely a regional thing up
yeah,
here.
and it's like it's crazy. Mm-hmm. You know,
I
You
agree.
know why? Because Jersey's a bunch of greedy fucking assholes.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, what were we saying last time? It was like something. What ruined the Jersey Shore music scene?
The
It was
Jersey
the
Shore?
Jersey Shore music scene.
Yeah.
They fucking killed themselves.
Yeah.
You know, I think they're getting too greedy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, between ticket sales, unrealistic ticket sales, numbers,
Yeah.
price of tickets. You know, and then you could go up maybe to an indie label. They want a piece of the merch, piece of the show, piece of your record.
Yeah.
I feel like if we're going to be broke doing music, we should just say we're going to be broke doing music from the beginning and just be broke
Yeah.
when we put the music out and just stay broke
Yeah.
and everybody enjoy. Hey,
But-
come see us play and drink beer.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
Well, okay, you guys have some. You said you have some stuff on Spotify.
Yeah.
Like every time somebody clicks that, it's 7/10 of a penny.
oh, I'm balling. I've been counting. Don't
You
worry about it.
should.
I'm folding that money in 10 years. Don't even worry about it, dude. I'm folding that dollar.
But that's fucking ridiculous. Like
Yeah.
how,
Yeah.
you know, here's an avenue for you to get outside of New Jersey.
They set you up to fail. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you have
Yeah.
that big push behind you. You know,
Set
that-
up like the Pennsylvania highway toll system.
It's so funny, like, and I don't feel like we ever were looking for any kind of money out of
Oh,
anything we ever did. But one of the things that we had set from the very beginning of the show was like, we want these tickets as cheap as possible. Like, if they could be
Right.
$10, like, let's just make them $10. Like, because that's the other thing. Like, if we sold them for $20, maybe we still might sell a lot of them. But if they're $10, that's cheap enough that like everyone who thinks I might want to go to this is going to go. Like
Yeah.
they're not even going to question it because
Oh,
like
yeah.
we're not raping them on ticket prices. You know what I mean?
Let's get raped at the bar when they buy a drink.
Yeah. There you go.
That's the way you do it.
Or if they, Tony follows them in the bathroom.
Yeah. That's it.
So, Tony, tell them where they can find you guys at.
We are on most, if not all, digital streaming platforms. Your iTunes, Pandora, stuff like that. Spotify, YouTube. Scars of Bind on YouTube. Scars of Bind on Facebook. And I think that's it.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
The power of Sticker Jesus compels you. Full color, waterproof, and UV resistant decals printed for your art, your business, your club, anything you want to promote. DM his ass holiness here or email me to start your order. Remember, Stuck Up is your source for signed stickers, banners, and way more. Praise Sticker Jesus.
Praise Sticker.
Praise him.
You can reach out to Stuck Up Sticker Company at stuckupstickercompany.com. And if you mention the Jersey Shore Musicians Podcast, you will get 10% off your first order. Stickers, whatever it is. Ian's a great guy. Hit him up. He'll take care of you.
Have you ever needed sticker religion? Have you needed something stuck on your truck that's really on the back of a parking sign at Walmart and it's Jesus flipping somebody off and I have to tell my kid about it every time we walk past it that that's my buddy's fucking band sticker?
And now a special acoustic performance from Scars That Bind.
anybody help me make this better? Your tears don't fall, they crash around me. Your conscience calls the guilty to come home. Your tears don't fall, they crash around me. Your conscience calls the guilty to come home. The moment's died, I hear no screaming. The visions left inside me are slowly fading. Would she hear me? If I called her name, would she hold me? If she knew my shame, there's always something different going wrong. The path that walks in the wrong direction. There's always someone fucking hanging on. Can anybody help me make this better? And your tears don't fall, they crash around me. And your conscience calls the guilty to come home. And your tears don't fall, they crash around me. And your conscience calls the guilty to come home. Would she hear me if I called her name? Would she hold me if she knew my shame? There's always something different going wrong. The path that walks in the wrong direction. There's always someone fucking hanging on. Can anybody help me make this better? Your tears don't fall, they crash around me. Your conscience calls the guilty to come home. And your tears don't fall, they crash around me. Your conscience calls the guilty to come home. And your tears don't fall, they crash around me. And your conscience calls the guilty to come home. And your tears don't fall, they crash around me. And your conscience calls the guilty to come home. By hashtag Jersey Shore Musicians Podcast. Don't say hashtags. I forever lost, wandering through this place that I once had known, taken aback just by the lack of compassion which has grown inside of me, begging to free this torment within. I feel the first cut is deep, calling to me. This all seems so surreal. It's no one home, but I hear angels calling. I'm on my own. Please stop me from falling. Am I alone? I hear my ending calling. I'm on my own. Please stop me from falling. I will never give in to disgrace. This life until now I've led, leaving behind body and mind on this path that I tread. Is no one home, but I hear angels calling. I'm on my own. Please stop me from falling. Am I alone? I hear my ending calling. I'm on my own. Please stop me from falling. I will not give in to this life that I choose to live. I will not fall by the wayside. It's my life I choose to give. I stand before you, weeping to the sky. Will I find the answers if I live or die? For this I give my life tonight. It's so dark, bring back my light. For this I give my life tonight. It's so dark, bring back my light. Make these the last tears I cry myself tonight. The edge of the razor, so inviting. Edge of blue, I stand before you, weeping to the sky. Will I find the answers if I live or die? If I live or die? If I live or die? If I live or die?
All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Matt.
I'm Jeff.
You're not Jeff.
I'm Jeff now.
Oh, okay.
I'm
But,
your Jeff now.
Stick around. Next Monday, we'll release a new episode. And thanks, Tony.
Thank you for having us. It was a pleasure. Jersey Shore Musician Podcast.
You guys were great. I really appreciate you guys coming in.
Hopefully we can do this again
We will. We will.
tomorrow.
We'll bring you on for comedic relief
I'm always available.
and the hand jobs.
Be sure to tip your waitress.
And hand jobs. Oh, what's the dirtiest bathroom you've ever given a hand job in?
Madison Square Garden.
That's big
MSG,
time.
the
That's
Mecca,
big
the Mecca
time.
of basketball, as they say.
Wow, yeah, that's big time. MSG, put it up.
Oh,
on
I'm
lights.
sorry, no.
Were you on the marquee?
It's Grand Central.
Oh,
Under Madison Square Garden.
Same thing.
It's close enough, I feel like. On MapQuest, it would put me in the same place.
pretty much, yeah. What else we got? Anything you guys want to talk about that we didn't cover?
Did we get to the hand jobs yet?
Yeah.
No,
Did we?
No,
We
didn't.
touched on that.
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
Brandon?
Oi, you need stickers, you need to call Ian. Ian will stick plenty of shit to your stuff.